Okay. Hi. Welcome to Life Coaching Classes and Videos by Universal Recovery 360. I am your host, Pernell Basin, and today we're going to talk about the truth about greed. Don't want the greedy people to hear me. They might take it personally. Okay. So, here's what I think of greed, right? I think it's one of what they consider to be the deadly sins, of course: pride, anger, greed, gluttony, lust, envy, sloth. 7. And greed is one of them. The reason greed is one of them is because of what people are willing to do to get what they want. It is terrible. The truth is, people have a right to want more based on the fact that most likely they need more, right? But what happens is you have a bunch of people, right, below the threshold of living, right? And they're the ones that get all the extras added on to them because the rich people can afford to not have them. So you get the people under the lower threshold, their insurance is always going to be higher. Their uh, car note's always going to be higher. Um, their credit cards are always going to be higher, right? These are the people with no money that everything is higher for, right? And here's where the greed comes in. I just had an internet set up with Alcatel. I believe it's Alcatel, one of their low Wi-Fi machines, right? So I signed up for $50 a month. Right after the first payment, the bill started going to $67 a month. So I went online to see what it was, and it turns out that there was a $5 late fee, and I wasn't late. It was just a planned late fee, to call it that, right, to bill me. And then when I asked about it, because I called them and I asked about it, and the person on the phone told me it's not actually a late fee. We charge you $5 because you don't have auto pay. And I was like, y'all didn't make no deal with me to charge me no $5 for auto pay. If anything, auto pay should be a benefit to you, which means you should be offering a benefit to me to use it. You can't make it a disservice to me if I don't use it. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're going from saying, okay, we would like you to do this. We'll take $5 off if you do this. They're going from that to saying, either you do this or we're going to charge you extra. And people going, okay. But I'm sorry, when in truth, this is what I mean. And I posted this a little bit earlier, that being truthful is a hardship that I'm learning about. And one of the things about truth is, right, it requires you to fight for yourself. It requires you to accept the fact that what you feeling right now is because what somebody just did to you is wrong. And if you continue to do that, you're just going to continue to not be able to be yourself. So you cannot allow people to do things to you and treat you any kind of way in truth, because it requires freedom. So so I said, listen, I'm not paying that shit. Right? And the first thing the girl said to me is, okay, well, if you don't want it, we can cancel. I said, well, okay, let's cancel. And then she go, up, and no. So, well, we're in the process of canceling, and she keeps asking me about other services that I might want. And I'm like, don't you get it? Once you have shown me, right, that you are going to treat me right how you feel like it, and then openly tell me if I don't like it, I can cancel that. I'm never going to deal with your company ever again. not in anything ever, right? So, and I said to them, right, because it was 10 days ago that I had just started my new bill cycle. So she said, well, we're going to have to take it off on the next bill because we've already processed the invoice. And I said, well, you better reprocess that invoice because I'm not giving you anything, right, that I didn't sign up for. As a matter of fact, you cancel since you canceling me today, you got 10 days worth of bill from me. Outside of that, I'm not paying. So I broke the bill down into the 10 parts, right, and took three of them and out of it, and that's what I'm paying them for the 10 days. 1/3. That's what I'm paying them, right? And whatever else they keep asking me for and keep asking me for, it's probably gonna go on my credit score as something I did wrong. But I'm not gonna. I don't care. And that's the other hardship, right? I have never missed a payment in over what is it, 2012, 22, in 10 years. I have never missed a payment on anything except for what I choose not to pay because that's not my bill. It's your bill that you trying to get me to pay because you think I'm just going to do it or face having a bad credit. Shit, you can't make my credit no lower than it is right now, and I don't care. Now, this ain't for, and I said, being truthful is a hardship. It's not for everybody because I'm still learning, but I'm actually learning that at some point, I'm not going to deal with any of these companies. I'm just not going to be dealing with these things anymore because no one understands how to be fair, it seems like. Right? Everybody's looking to make that extra penny. You got people saying, how they changed this or reduced this. It made $1 million, man. At some point you it becomes greed because you keep reducing things because you found out that it can get benefit you, and before you know it you don't care about nobody else. Why would you? Right? So now they got all these companies, right? And this is why I don't deal with eBay. I know they think I owe them. I'm paying that shit. I don't pay when you try to cheat me. I'm not giving it to you. I just canceled my Amazon card because of some dumb shit they tried to pull on me. I'm about to cancel one of my bank cards because of shit they tried to pull on me. But what I'm saying is, right, in truth, right, this world is supposed to be designed where people can live based off of who they are, who they present, right? Their word, their bonds, this, their that. I've never been dishonest to any of those companies that are messing up my credit score. I've always been straightforward with them. I've always told them that I'm not going to let you do that. I had one credit card company I made a contract with when I was first trying to get credit, $1,500 credit card, but I would pay $12.50 a month to have it. I'm okay, right? 3 months later, I get a letter saying it's $500, right? Not 15. It's gonna be 500, but you're still taking 12.50 a month from me. No, you're not. If you just gonna reduce it 2/3, then you're gonna reduce me 2/3, and I don't need another credit card to have the $500 limit on. I got four of them, so we might as well close that now, right? But see, they don't want to do things like that because they feel like, oh, well, we told. No, you didn't tell me shit. You just gave me a new bill and decided that's what you was gonna do and that's what I was gonna pay. And I'm not paying it. I ain't signed up to pay $12.50 for $500. I signed up to pay $12.50 for $1,500. You understand what I mean? So all that stuff is going in collections and all against my credit. But if you look at me, the person, you look at my record, my history, I've never missed a payment on anything, and my credit score is terrible. And you know what? I don't fucking care because I'm not going to do it to satisfy them because I will never, ever be happy. There's so many things in our lives right now, and this is the truth about greed. There's so many things in our lives right now that we're fighting to defend, to protect ourselves against, that is forcing us, right, to become greedy, to be like them in order to beat them. No, you don't got to join them. You don't have to beat them. You don't have to play, right? Separate. But I'm not saying separate like I'm doing. I'm not saying risk, not being able to move and have it. Listen, if a person won't take me in as a tenant because of my credit score rather than my history, then that's on them. But I guarantee you somebody will. So I don't worry about things like that. Like, I'm not going to do it just to satisfy a car note. No. If you're going to try to charge my insurance based on my credit score, even though I never missed a payment with you, then I don't need to be with you. Right? So, like, I find the hardships, right, worth it in my freedom fight. Right? In my fight for truth, I find my hardships worth it 100%. Because the reality is that greed has gotten so bad that you can barely talk to a human being anymore. And if you do, they somewhere on the other side of the world. They have no idea what you dealing with. And they trying to help you. Excuse me. No, and then you got these companies. They so greedy and stealing from people so much, right? They send you messages on an email that you can't reply to because they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear what you guys say. That's the first thing they do. They send you a do not reply email. It's like pulling teeth trying to talk to somebody. And I've had some of them just, the computer just go round and round, the phone just go round and round until they hang up because they not putting nobody on the phone. Now what kind of shit is that? You can't even have a conversation no more when you have an issue. You gotta press one of the ones that closest to what you're trying to do, and you never get to it. It's designed for you to say, you know what, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm going to just do it, right? Because I need my stuff to be right. And I was right along with it until I started practicing truth. I can't do it no more. And I'm going to be honest with you, right? When I saw the vision of how I was slowly separating from things, I literally understood how people can end up living out in the wilderness somewhere off the grid with all man-made materials because they just don't want to be a part of the world anymore because you cannot be at peace amongst the misery that they have inducted into our systems, right? You can't be at peace. You either working on getting a better job, or if you got a better job, you even working on keeping your appearances up, right? Or if you don't have your appearances up, you either working on ways to make sure you can get your appearances up. I remember when I first got my first convertible. Had engine problems, oil leaks, the tires were bad. You know what I paid for? The sunroof. That was it. The other stuff come later. As long as that top come down, I ain't care about none of that other stuff. So whenever something happened with the top, that was the first thing I fixed. Everything else had to wait because I like not being enclosed and captured. So, but I prioritized that. That wasn't something that I did because I was spoiled into wanting to be in a convertible. That's not it for me. Right? That's where the greed direction goes when people do things like that for those reasons. That's not why I did it, but I had to do it. But I enjoy doing it, right? I enjoy doing things for me. And I don't have a problem paying. Anybody will tell you I go to a restaurant, I tip very nicely. Um, I go to the flea market, stuff like that. I don't haggle. How much is it? That's what you want for it. If I want it, I'm gonna pay for it. Like, I'm not that guy. I'm not the penny pincher trying to do this, trying to do that. I will give you what you need, but you're not gonna take it from me. You forget that. I'm done with that. And truthfully, greed is taking things from us in every direction. From every direction. It is so bad, right? You got people dancing on Find a Doctor commercials as a way to convince people to use them, right? Because everybody figures nowadays, right, a nice dance routine, and everybody gonna love your commercial and they're gonna buy your shit. It don't even matter what you're selling, right? Sure, you got crocodiles and whatever you call them selling your car insurance. Come on, right? People will do, right, whatever it takes, right, to get what they want. And that's bad. That's bad. I've been working on my business now for almost 6.5 years, and I will not do whatever it takes to get there. I won't. I just know that even if I had the money, they say the money makes up for it. No, I don't believe that. I don't want to carry any of that shit over with me into my business. None of the greed, none of the gluttony, none of the pride, none of the anger, none of the lust, none of the sloth, none of the envy. I don't want to bring that over into my job, into my business. I don't have to. And I'm going to prove it. I'm telling you, I'm going to stay this route. I'm going to stay the course. I'm going to prove it. Okay? You have to get caught up in this world. You could be in it and not of it. I'm telling you. That's a real thing. Be in this world, not of it. I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove it. I promise you. Because it's bad. It is bad out there. Right? I don't even know if machines are taking over. I just think people are hiding behind the machines, right? And is going to end up being what causes the machines to take over, because people are not going to be satisfied with the results they get from the machines now, so they're going to make the machines able to respond better. And that's going to put them in control. And it's all because they're so greedy. They don't want to talk to nobody. They want to hide behind the bills and the money. They want to hide behind it. And it's going to destroy everything. Right? Greed is going to end up destroying everything. And it's not going to destroy me. I'll be damned. I'm satisfied with when I get employed, or if I'm looking for a job, I tell people exactly what I need to survive, and that's it. I don't want no more. I don't want no less, right? And when things happen and the costs of living go up, that's acceptable to me. But I don't want no more, and I don't want no less, because I don't want to be put in the position to be like that. I'd rather be comfortable, right? Pay my bills, keep a few dollars in my pocket, take vacation every now and then, right? Be comfortable, right? But I work hard for my money. If I tell you I'm gonna do something, I do it. You pay me to do something, it gets done, right? But behind all that, I just want to learn. Like, I want to live, be happy, learn, be honest with people, force people to be honest, right? Truth makes you free. When I talk with people, a lot of people don't like talking to me no more, because they end up telling the truth. It's okay with me. It's going to free you. It makes you free. But I'm telling you, do not get caught up in the greed. It is a deterrent, right? What I mean by that is, if you're getting caught up in being greedy, right? You're getting caught up in being less humble, right? And then before you know it, you've been greedy for so long, right? That humble is nowhere inside you anymore. Now, not only are you greedy, but you're nasty to everybody, because you can't keep this up here with this up here, right? Greedy and humble can't be balanced out up here like this. It has to be balanced out down there, right? You can't have one way up here, one way down there. You want to balance them out, balance them out. But if you don't pay attention, the greed will rise. And while it's rising, it will hurt people in the humble side, right? And before you know it, you're gonna have everything you want, but you're gonna be have walked on and hurt everybody you used to care about. Then you spend all that time trying to fix all that stuff because you figure money could do it, but it can't, right? Then the people just end up asking all the time. Before you know it, no longer do you feel sorry for them. You can't stand them now because you think they're using you for your money that you stepped on them to get to get in the first place. Right? It's too much of a cycle for a human being to go through and not know that their whole other life, the rest of their life is going on. Everything else is going on. The kids, the family, the relations, the job, the home, all that other stuff still exists while you fighting up here with this, and that's how it gets inside. You got too much going on. You start telling the truth, and you got to remember a whole lot of stuff because it's only one thing. The truth is but one, and it keeps everything simple. You have to hold on to a whole bunch of mess so you can be at peace. Right? That's the key. And no matter what happens in my life, if I lose my wallet and I get to work and I can't find it, I don't have a heart attack. I wait till I get home and check and see if I left it here. And if I did, good. If I didn't, I take the next steps to fix it. That's it. I'm not gonna, I can't, I can't work, I can't function, I can't think. No. Anything material that I can't find, it's okay. As long as I know where I'm at, I'm okay. And yeah, I'm probably gonna end up getting rid of all those accounts and all that stuff because everything is a hustle, man. My bank will charge me money to move money from one account to the other when it don't cost them nothing to do it. That's just greedy, right? You already make money, right, on the money that we put in the bank, right? You're holding on to it. You're using it as collateral to balance out your market spending and all that shit, right? You give it back to us at will, but you're using it, right? You're charging us to use it, right? And then you're billing us at the same time. Wow, get rid of all that shit, right? What are you gonna do? I don't know. Maybe something like this. Maybe I'm working my way towards having stuff like this, right? Maybe I'm working my way towards that. It's 2.8 grams, 24 karat gold. It's about $450 in any state, in any country, probably more, right? That I can take anywhere and get the actual cash value from it. 24 karat gold, 1 gram, automatic $100 anywhere. Right? 0.999 platinum, anywhere. Right? This 0.999 palladium, anywhere. Platinum, anywhere. 24 karat gold, 1 gram, anywhere. Right? That's almost $1,000 that I carry with me at all times, right? And not one bill or promissory note involved in it. But anywhere I go, I can turn it right into. I can liquidate it at anywhere I go. That's where I'm going, right? These banks, these credit cards, this money thing, it is destroying us. It is. And they never looked at the side effects of putting the money on the backs of the people. They never looked at the side effect of it because they don't care. Because it's not destroying them. It's been making them stronger since the day they started doing it. Right? Some people are okay with it. I'm not. And I'm going to prove it. It's not supposed to be like that. You can't be happy because you're okay with something. Doesn't mean you happy. Because you're okay with something don't mean you at peace. Because you're okay with something don't mean you don't still step on people to get what you want. I see people. You can tell who got money when they driving because they run right across you whether you giving them enough space or they got enough space or not. They don't care about nobody else on the road. They only care about themselves. They do it in everything they do, right? When they go to dinner with you, they treat themselves more important than they treat you. That's what greed does, right? They put themselves first, right? We all selfish at heart, of course. I know that, right? But we don't have to act selfish. We don't have to be selfish. But greed takes all your options away. You ain't got no choice but to be. Because remember, the greedier you get, the less humble you get, right? You lose all that stuff that makes you care about other people. It goes away. When this goes up, this goes away, right? So it's a two-way loss. So you gotta start working on yourself, right? You gotta recognize that people taking advantage of us. You gotta recognize that it's not allowing you to be at peace the way you are being forced to live. And the truth is, and I'm starting to realize that ain't nobody forcing me to live like that. It's just the inconvenience that I'm not ready to put up with, but I am, and I'm gonna. I don't care about none of that shit no more. Credit scores, none of that shit. Cause I know why. Because I know that shit don't define me. There's no way a computer could define me today. Maybe yesterday, not today. Well, anyway, I'm going on 30 minutes here, which means I gotta upload to YouTube because it's too big for any other. I guess what Facebook, Instagram is too big for those, so I put it on YouTube, and then I send the link to Facebook. Right, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to tell you about greed. Uh, don't try this at home. There's a hardship to it. I'm okay with it because I'm used to hardships to the 10th degree. Um, but again, I'm going to talk about the real hardships another time. But hopefully, I've defined enough of the hardships and what it puts you through, what I've experienced in trying, right, to not allow these companies, right, to just take advantage of me. And they tend to have a way of touching you anyway, but I don't care. Right? I don't care about the ways they touching me. They think that it's gonna make me say, you know what, I'm gonna just do it. Get them. I even got the credit card karma people saying the easiest way to resolve this is to pay them. Just pay them. No, you pay them. I'm not paying somebody that's stealing from me. I am not gonna pay you to steal from me. It is done. No. Fuck my credit up forever. I don't care. Right? If I can't be the balance between me and the business I'm about to do with you, then there is no balance. I'm sorry, it's over. I'm done. Truth wins. Right? So, be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself always, and I'll see you soon. Peace.